what's good? We're back from the Chris Collins Show, and we got the wonderful, the specially talented Harrison Duran. He is a fossil excavator. He is a millennial like us, which is very inspiring. And I wanted to bring on Amy Peterson on. She's our wonderful assistant social media coordinator, and she's wearing the fabulous dinosaurs all on her chest. It might be kind of hard for you to see on the Skype. But Amy,
I see it.
But I know you had one question for it. Oh, you got to turn her mic on, though.
That might help. Sorry, Amy.
Wow.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hi.
You know, but like, you know, Amy was kind of wondering, like, why should people care about dinosaurs? Like, why is it so important when we find these dinosaurs? What do we learn from these discoveries?
So when you're discovering, these ancient climates and the animals that lived in them, a lot of it is applicable to today's climate research. So we could look at events from the past that happened, and we could better find out how changes to the planet affect life. Changes affect ecosystems, and so part of the real-world application is pretty much adding to the understanding of how ecosystems work.
So you can learn a lot from the terrain just by looking at it even before you even find that dinosaur?
Yes. So in the case of where Alice lived and the type of world and climate that she lived in a very temperate environment. We had a western interior seaway that cut through the middle of North America, so that means that there weren't really any ice caps at the time, and that the global temperature was very high. So we could sort of predict that if the temperature rises, then so will the sea level.
Okay, I have a quick question now, because the trivia, this leads into it, thank you, about sea level. So I'm a trivia fanatic. Do you know what nursery rhyme / tongue twister is associated with dinosaurs?
Ooh.
No, you have to enlighten me on that.
She sells seashells down by the seashore. And why is that associated? Because I know you know this. Do you?
Is that Mary Annie?
Yes. I'm glad
Wow.
you got it.
Marissa's a huge fanatic
Can
of
you
the
tell our
trivia.
listeners about Miss Mary?
Yes, she was a pioneer in the field of paleontology, specifically marine paleontology, and she is famous for discovering ichthyosaurs. And ichthyosaurs were sort of dolphin-like marine reptiles that existed during the Mesozoic, so during the time of the dinosaurs. They were not dinosaurs, but they were reptiles, marine reptiles that existed in the ocean during that time.
Yep, so her family was broke, and they used to sell seashells, and they would call them seashells, and she was the one that kind of figured out that this was an actual animal and not a seashell.
Well, that's pretty wild because,
Hey.
when you think about it, it's like, what can the listeners learn from these DNA off these fossilized bones? Because I know there was some discovery that happened this week, even with finding human bones, right, Marissa? It was like they're able to extract from these bones to even be finding even further.
Did you hear about this? It was in the news this week,
My mic over.
Harrison?
Yes.
I'm so fascinated. So that's one of the things that, like, now they have this new DNA that they're discovering out from West Africa about another branch of humanity. And to me, that's like, here's where we come from as, humans and evolving and coming out. And how does that tie in with, like, the search for dinosaurs? Like, where do humans and dinosaurs, where is that link? How does that come together?
So with dinosaurs, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for some, we don't have dinosaur DNA. We since all the biological.
Well, that's kind of a little disappointing. I was kind of hoping that you were going to form your own little dinosaur.
Maybe the missing link is dinosaur DNA.
Yeah.
Not even have you thought about that? No.
Not even from, didn't they have dinosaur skin in a museum a while back? Or was that?
They have fossilized dinosaur skin and muscles.
No
So
DNA.
there's fossilized Triceratops skin, there's fossilized Hadrosaur skin. So hadrosaurs are like duck-billed dinosaurs. And but that's all replaced kind of like sandstone that preserves that quickly after the animal dies. It's buried by sediment, and that's how that skin and flesh gets preserved.
Wow.
But in the case of DNA, we don't have any DNA, unfortunately. The only DNA we have of things that existed during the Ice Age, so that's early man, early humans, mammoths, bison, cave
What was
lions.
the last dinosaur to survive? I've always wondered.
That's an interesting question.
Well, right up Alice, Triceratops, T-Rex, Dakotaraptor, they all existed right up until the asteroid impact.
Wow.
That's
But
right
you didn't
around.
answer my question.
You know,
What was the very last dinosaur to survive? No, I'm just kidding. You wouldn't know.